Yeah, again, yeah, very dependent on winning team fights, as RRQ HOSHI have much more of a way to pick up, play it slow, go for the side control, and win out the lanes easily. So there you have it, guys. What do you guys think? I think personally RRQ should have the better draft and should be able to take the dub here, unless Team Liquid ID get a monstrous team fight Turtle 1 and 2.
Yeah, for sure. They need to snowball right from the get-go in the early game. If they can win it, then they have a fighting chance. So a lot on the shoulders of Aran here as one of the carries for the first two objectives. Let's see. From the lineup rating and also counter index, RRQ is favored by quite a bit. Game number 2 is gonna be underway. The rematch of the grand finals of season 14. Kings of Kings takes on the Cavalry.
Will they be able to find this game and make it a 2-0, or perhaps the Cavalry finds a way back and force us to a game 3?
Let's see it here. Taking a look at the items, the emblems, sorry, and the battle spells. 3 purifies on the board with a flicker for Aran and no purifies on the other side. There's not a lot of big lockdown from TLID for RQ to really all out respect that. So yeah, it's quite standard here as Rez is actually going for the level 1 fight against Aran, clears it out really well, goes for the regen. And for the emblems, nothing too crazy. Maybe, I guess, Zunesh also going for the Impure Rage instead of the Concussive Blast here is something to note.
Okay, so another worry that I have right now is the lack of set coming in from TLID when they need it against an Irithal. Usually when you're up against an Irithal, I don't know, you either just overload her with a lot of damage, or you got a proper catch that can stop her on her tracks. But I don't think RQ or TLID is well equipped for the matchup. But Mirko, emblem by GamesMax here. Is there anything that stands out?
3 Inspires, I guess, here. Whoa, a lot of cooldown to play around the fights. And even for Aran, aggressive. Usually, I think we see Festival of Blood and Agility to get to the team fights faster, but he's just going all-out damage with Thrill.
2 members already rotating towards the top, but that's TLID responding with 4 members occupied from the top side. That's going to be the last Insanity towards the back. Immune now. That's going to be Joe, though, still able to get out. Yes, kill. He'll be able to recall. That's a cancellation there by Rins. Great timing. Will RRQ jump this one out? Rez has level 4. Oh, great distance. Yehezkiel will be able to get out.
Yeah, amazing. I think the best part about that occasion, or like that skirmish, is the fact that Zunesh waited until the last second to kind of cancel Yehezkiel's potential to deal damage, because he is probably the only real damage dealer that they have in that exchange. So TLID just forced to back off. It's a free total for RRQ.
Free, and it's good for RRQ. Again, you have to remember that TLID, we set the win conditions forth very early on, and it's a winning team fight. So now the window for them to take over the game is slowly and surely getting taken. Now Joel engaged on.
Again, last Insanity as a defensive maneuver, not too good now. Getting jumped on, overwhelmed. That's going to be first blood for Zunesh. RRQ now on a roll.
Yeah, it's just not a good time for Joe right now, man. 2 times he's forced to use the last Insanity for defensive measure, and that's not a good sign at all for TL.
Oh, big yikes, man. The way that, again, RRQ have been playing, just purely punishing TLID, and the export pick, as expected, has been very underwhelming. It's good when you get some time to actually, you know, fire it up and get heated, but RRQ are never really in a position where it's going to be free for Joe. He's always going to be taking some sort of damage, if not pure CC. You walk up too aggressively, you'll get poked by Rins. You walk up too far out, you will get picked up and slammed to the ground by Edok. And there's armor shred, everything. Tsunami slam again.
On towards Joe again. Feather Airstrike, though, will be deployed. Real world manipulation now, locking Joe down. That's it, roam for a jungler. Aran now looking for the dongs. Will it be enough? No. Rez is there. Aran goes down, but he will take Zunesh down with him. That's going to be Rins picking up the double. Witty, quite low. That's Rez doing work. Again, RRQ taking a lot of big fights, and slowly but surely, they're winning them.
Yeah, the Esmeralda is pretty much almost unkillable unless there is actual real DPS in your lineup from Kabuki. Even then, Kabuki also gives some shield away from for Rez. in the late game. So Rez, this is his game, man. Composition-wise.
Gotta be careful. That's Falling Storm Moon. Oh no, last Insanity for Joe. Very low. Rez is definitely just being a constant nuisance, practically a solo.
Oh!
He's jumping, he's diving.
Oh!
Joe into Rumble, there you go. RRQ almost takes Joe down. That's a second neutral objective on the board though for the Kings of Kings.
They get so much tempo off the map off of that, dude. Like, yes, it ends up being just a sprint for nothing, but Joe had to walk all the way back, and everybody, Aran, Yehezkiel, Witty, went to help him. That means more tempo on the map. In the bottom lane, Edok now free to rotate, and TLID can't really respond. Yehezkiel's forced to recall, Kabuki is just going to be lifted up, forced to back away, and it's another free turret for RRQ.
It's not looking good at all. At this point, like, what to do? Because clearly the objective game should be in RRQ's advantage by quite a lot in this third exchange or second exchange. And they don't have a set, they don't have a catch either to punish the other side of the lane. Meanwhile though, Tsunami Slam.
That's a Purify though for Kabuki. Last Insanity, Shaman Force pop. Edok in trouble. That's going to be the first last Insanity kill. Kabuki isolated, stuck there in the real world manipulation. Toy finds the double, and that's just again RRQ finding the right Reds. Oh man, there you go. Just again, just the delay. RRQ, they're just controlling the map, man.
That's a worse trade than Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. That was Joe, like, all for Edok. That's it. That's what they get.
Hey, I don't usually say this, but I agree. That is worse than Nani Madueke for 65 million euro, bro. That's ridiculous. TID went for Edok. Used everything for Edok. That was crazy. This is... Oh my god, we have to see the replay here, presented by Official Tournament Smartphone. Yes, the Purify gets baited, but that's not everything. You don't lose out your base when you have your Purify get baited out. They were fighting like that was the main win condition. Having the Purify, having a trade for the Purify. It ends up being Edok for everyone. And TLID, they might have had a chance to come back earlier by their airstrike coming down. They can't even fight this. There's no way. They might have had a chance earlier, but now they're cooked.
Uh-oh, Purify triggered. Last turtle will fall to the hands of RRQ. So yeah, just TLID here being on the back foot.
Yeah, this is just a tough game overall for TLID. Once again, the draft just sets himself on fire right from the get-go. I can't even blame Joe at this point. He gotta find something. But you know, it's not Edok with the last Insanity and like 5 ultimates for the Rome Kalea. But you know, someone has to try. And Joe, like, he's not given the right ammunition to flourish.
Not enough heal from the side of TL. Dunesh now with the taunt. Rez just covering. That's the guiding win. Reposition Joe. 70 seconds on the clock for our first Lord, and RRQ, they are taking it slow.
Dude, there's not much you could do if you're Joe in this position. It's tough, Chef. And we gotta take a look at the in-game equipment. The Faraga armor is just nothing right now to RRQ. Only a brute force, so he's going for more tenacity. Zunesh is too tanky. Edok!
Uh-oh, onto a Joe. Real world manipulation now. Will he deployed? That's going to be torn into a ball down. That's going to be traded for Edok as well. 2 for 2. Oh my goodness, the damage will be enough to take Joe down as the base turret's passive in the bottom side will go down. RRQ, what a fight though. What a scrappy fight.
Yeah, it is scrappy for RRQ especially, and even though RRQ kind of like make a mistake there, too much overextension towards TLID that can actually punish quite well, it ended up to be a trade that favors them.
They can afford it. They can afford that messy gambling kind of approach.
As long as all of their deaths are still just on Edok, it's all good, dude. Well, not just Edok, but Edok and Zunesh mainly. The only death that wasn't planned was the toy death. Everybody else, Edok and Zunesh, is all good. Having those deaths on your utility tanks and an actual roamer is fine. And for TLID, you can see the deaths have just not been placed in the best positions, because Joe needs to deal damage in these fights. Yes, he's a utility jungler, but You need him to deal damage. You need him to be a bit of... Oh, man. Purify again for Tsunami Slam.
Oh, no.
It's a good tool, good battle spell to have against a Tsunami Slam, but when it's constantly traded for a Tsunami Slam out of nowhere like that, it's not value. The Purify is much longer compared to the Tsunami Slam. So Edok's going to have that, and now you can already see them look for a play.
It's a 5v5. They are going for it. Great. For TLID to keep their distance there. RRQ though, they will look for that turret. That's Rez jumping with the Falling Storm Moon Shaman Force Pop. Rez taking a lot of heat there. Not taken down under the turret toy. Does it not find the pressure? Tehran should fall here. That's gonna be Rinz locking him down in his world. That is RRQ again, pressing the right buttons, applying the right pressure. Kabuki? Well, that's Kabuki! No Purify pops there. That's gonna be Edok flickering out. That's gonna be Edok taken down. TLID, oh, rather RRQ there from Rinz, a little bit too overzealous. Punished.
Okay, now it's still a 4v4 though. Can they still go for it? Oh, Toy, look at that!
That's the Lord targeting towards the bottom side, Joe. Very low. Airborne as well. Zunesh though is in the front, taking a lot of heat, looking to reposition. Ron! He was just respawning. Red's very low. Last Insanity pop. That's gonna be Red here. Just distracting again. But this time it will be enough to take him down. Rez goes down for 30.
Okay, I think Rez, that was a bit too much, especially the fact that he already has 3 kills. Now, I know this is your game. This is a really easy Esmeralda game to play, but you gotta still consider the fact that TLID is still a pro team, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, for sure. And the way that TLID have been playing this has just been very reactionary. It's not really their fault. Again, the composition is kind of forced to be reactionary. You can't be the one to pull the trigger. If they do, we saw what happened. You went in and you're cooked. And yes, at least for TLID, net worth-wise, they were able to find a proper trade. But losing a base turret for those shutdowns is so expensive. It's not value at all. Makes it, again, more value for RRQ, getting everything here. Look at the gold lead across the board. 2,700 for the mid lane for Rinz. Oh, man. I'm surprised Rinz didn't just go Sky Piercer because he's so free in these team fights. He could actually he could be a better Juicin in terms of racking up Sky Piercer stacks. Yes, it sounds weird, guys, but when you're this far ahead and when your front line is that tanky and you have all the tools in the world to bait enemy resources before you finally pop that juicy real-world manipulation, it's not too far-fetched, you know? It's just the safe route to not go for it here. And RRQ, probably the best at playing it safe, probably the best at managing a big lead like this into the mid game.
Yeah, and to be fair, who's gonna even go for Rinz at this point? The only way I can think of is just either Iran getting a Dark Wave Flicker combo when Rinz is too much overextending, or really just spending that Circling Eagle combo with the Guiding Wind, bringing someone towards Rinz. Then again, he has some shield, he has a lot of HP bars, it's not gonna be that easy for Rinz to die in the backline.
Seems like both
bottom
teams
lane
are
is so good.
Yeah, this is perfect for RRQ. They're playing it very well. They're not too rash here in taking a fight, but it seems like now with Harith showing mid, TL will push the gears though. That's gonna be Zunesh now being the target. Oh my goodness, the burst! Winnie goes down! 5v4, Kabuki went down alongside with him. That's gonna be Joe now. Tehran repositioned, but the damage is there to take him down again. RRQ, they ignored the Lord now as they look to end the series. Yeskiel, Iran, will they have enough firepower to do so? Feather Airstrike not in hand. Mick goes down. That's gonna be Iran now. Trying to hold the minions off. That's going to be the Purified Pop. Iran very low, taken down. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like RRQ will find the main base and it is going to be 2-0.
Yep, 2-0, but not in a way that I would like it to be. Not even close right from the draft has started or concluded for Cascute against St. Lucas. This is just, I don't know, man. Like, I feel really bad for the players because they're forced to work with this kind of thing, and you know that they're not going to be able to do it unless a miracle happens.
Dude, man, I don't know. Yeah, we've been saying a lot of I don't knows, and I'm sorry to the people watching, but we just don't know because TLID really drafted a composition that was all in or nothing for Turtle 1 and 2. If they don't win Turtle 1 and 2, they were cooked. We spoke of this win condition early in the drafts, and it happened. Even for us, it was very visible. So we were hoping for it to be proven wrong, for them to be able to, you know, subvert our expectations, but none of that was subverted. Everything fell into exactly what we expected.
No.
Yeah, let's talk about the second banning phase for RRQ though. How brilliant was it to take out the Hanzo and also the Alpha? That is
Amazing.
so good from Keskid.
Again, they were able to read the drafts, and yeah, only left the only quote-unquote viable was that export, because if you go Assassin, it just doesn't work. The draft does not make sense, and even that's the draft from Keskut, they were prepared to go up against an export. So again, just draft, great execution, well-deserved win from the side of RQ.
Very deserved. And the setup to getting the Esmeralda pick as well. I didn't really see it. I was thinking of the Arlet, but then I was
called
like,
it,
the
Chefin.
Harriet, Mathilda, Phobius. Good call by Chef, and seeing so many shields and so many ways for the Esmeralda to take even more of a beating, but also dealing more damage this time around compared to the Uranus. He was everywhere, and I was surprised a couple of times he was able to pull off like Uranus things, getting away with a sliver of health on the Esmeralda after diving in so deep without a sprint. Rez on these picks, truly magical, and maybe that's why RRQ have opted to go for him instead of my boy Tyrant.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Is it really them really trusting Rez over Tyrant, or Tyrant just had something in his mind or we just try to solve in his life though? Because I feel like Tyrant is just the default shit man. Rez
Would you call
clearly,
Tyrant a superstar though?
I would say so. I would say so.
Yep.
I mean, you called him a superstar. What happened with that?
I never named names, brother. I just said superstar.
What happened to the rumors?
I never named names,
Hey,
Chefin.
there's a
Might not
reason.
have,
There's a reason why it's called rumors, all right? Because right? Come on, Chuck.
Man,
That's a literal
I'm actually-
definition.
I'm kind of upset with you, Mirko. I thought you were the Fabrizio of MPL ID.
hey, even Fabrizio gets it wrong sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But also, Chefin, I never said this season.
Oh! I mean, that's kind of cheating, though. I could just say Albert is gonna move to another team and it's just gonna win for like 5 seasons. Like,
Well, no, the Skylar move took a while. I said it last season.
I mean, it took a while. I wouldn't say one season took a while. It's immediate.
So it's fine then, one season, right?
Okay. Man, arguing with you is kind of like tiring, man. How do you have a girlfriend again?
What? How do you not have a girlfriend, Chef?
Oh, man! I should just back out of here, man. Like, this is not... Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Why am I even here? Why am I even here? Go on, take over.
Come on, Chapin. Before you start to like, just come on. You gotta be ready when someone is coming at you as well. Let's go. But yeah, that was a 2-0. What?
Here's the thing. I was just bantering a little bit, you know. I'm not going to like straight to the hard shots. Like I'm gonna just kill you. But Mirko did that. Like that's uncalled for.
It was
That's uncalled for.
Sometimes the hard shots are what make you learn in life, Chefin. So consider that a good learn. Just like Geek Fam this week, they took two big learns. I'm sorry, I'll stop, Chefin.
The hits never stop. The hits keep on coming.
Apply salt.
Oh my god, my camera fell.
Apply salt to
Mirko's gone.
No.
Mirko's gone.
Dude, that's karma. Is that karma,
no.
Chefin? Is that karma?
Of course. Gotta
Is
check
that
that.
you?
Is that karma?
I actually
The
hope.
purest form of
I actually
karma.
hope that you have to replace the camera, man. I genuinely hope so.
No. It's
Wow.
cameras aren't built like plastic bags, Chefin. It's fine.
This is actually fun, guys. This is actually a very
Fun for you.
Who knew online MPL could be really fun?
I miss the offline days, man. At least we banter, you know, while still having your face, having your face in my front of my face.
Present?
What? Okay. English
Yeah.
casters, by the way. English caster. God. Maybe I need to take some more English, class again. Clearly, I'm not really qualified to be here. But back again to RRQ versus TLID, game number 2. It was chaotic. Not really though. RRQ was just steamrolling TLID just as expected. So, like, is there anything else that we can talk about aside from the draft, Mirko?
I think not really. I guess something that we can talk about is the fact that, again, Witty is known to just overextend a lot earlier. We know him as Witty the Wise, but so far this season he hasn't really been Witty the Wise. He's been Witty the weird. Yeah, a bit harsh, but some of the decisions he's been making has been very weird. Again, engaging on this composition instead of reacting all the way from the start, not engaging in Turtle 1, not trying to look for a fight. Again, can't really fully blame Witty because, again, he's put onto these situations because of the draft. But yeah, it just doesn't look like the Witty we know and we love. This guy is still really, really good. Just he needs proper backup.
Oh, is that a call towards Fabian and also Aaron Shikigani? Does Witty miss them?
Fabian.
I mean,
they did win Season 14 with Fabian and Aaron. They did make it a playoffs in Season 15 with Fabian and Aaron.
They went
now that they're not here,
6.
they are 0-3. Yeah. So Fabian and Aaron might be the key, but is Aaron even interested in coming back? Look at how much money he's making on stream.
Oh, game's gone.
Game's gone. Leave the MLBB before the MLBB leaves you.
Do you not agree?
Game's gone.
Oh
Game's
man.
gone.
But at least we got some new guys coming to MPL that brings it the heat, man. I mean, Andoryu and Ukir, we got Kin from Dewa United, and unfortunately, you know, quote unquote, unfortunately, because that's just kind of like a joke. Those are Filipinos. No, nothing against Filipinos, man. But I want more Indonesian talents to flourish in MPL ID. But we got a winner interview here with RRQ the second, and Mirko will translate it for you guys.
Oh iya, makasih.
Wih, happy birthday.
Coba.
So firstly, happy birthday to Zunesh. It is Zunesh's birthday.
Harapan kamu apa?
Harapannya apa? Tulis.
Now, what are the hopes?
Ya, semoga apa gitu. Semoga RRQ HOSI di season ini juara.
Hopefully RRQ HOSHI will win this season, will be champions this season.
Baik, tapi sebelumnya nih, kalian congratulations untuk bisa mendapatkan kemenangan 2-0 bahkan. Tapi berhadapan dengan
guys gonna win 2-0?
Mereka lagi struggle banget
up against Team Liquid ID.
0-3. Belum ada kemenangan sama sekali menurut
Team Liquid ID are 0-3 right now, no wins.
Apa yang menjadi faktor mereka nih untuk saat ini nih?
What happened to them?
Mungkin mereka terlalu banyak turnamen sih. Dari aku kayak capean sih mereka itu yang gue lihat.
For Rins, he thinks TLID are just very tired. They have too many tournaments to play right now. That's what has led to them going 0-3 in MPLID.
Season lalu ini proyek-proyek terus ya yang dibangun sama RRQ, sampai ada topi proyek juga dari para.
We've seen so many different projects from RRQ. It's always a project of rebuilding for RRQ.
Dengan Zunesh dan juga Rez. Apakah
So this is RRQ 2.0 with Zunesh and Rez.
sampai nanti ke babak playoff atau gimana?
Is this going to be the lineup until playoffs or?
Tergantung coaching staff sih. Kalau dari kita player 5-5 aja siapa.
That choice comes down to the coaching staff. For us players, we don't really care. We're okay with both lineups.
Bermain di panggung MPL.
Playing in the MPL, on the MPL stage.
Lebih pressure mana kira-kira? Lebih pressure waktu lagi menang atau
versus the MDL stage.
Terus bagaimana?
What's the difference to Zunesh?
Kalah dari Geek Fam 2-0 bahkan.
Because you lost against Geek Fam on stage. So how did that feel?
Lebih pressure pas habis menang apa habis kalah ya? Wah. Ya. Wah. Wait. Coba.
So the question is to Zunesh.
Pressure pas habis menang sih kayak. Soalnya waktu kemarin kan habis menang lawan AE.
I get more pressure when we win.
Besoknya langsung lanjut. Jadi ya kayak ini aja pertahanan kemenangannya itu. Konsistennya ya.
Because when we win, we have to stay consistent. We have to constantly be on top. But when we lose, then the expectations drop.
Tapi Rins, kamu kan juga adaptasi lagi nih kan kemarin kalau kita ngelihat.
Rins,
mainnya sama Suji.
you have to adapt again this time.
Player baru nih
There's a new player in the team, new combination with Rez and Zunesh.
Untuk duo mid lane lah sama Idok, susah nggak buat adaptasinya tuh? Malah justru lebih gampang.
Was it difficult for you and Edok to adapt to these new players?
Nggak susah ya, soalnya mereka orangnya gak jelas juga, kayak
No, it's not difficult at all because they're just as crazy as us, as wacky as us. And in game, it felt good with them.
Oke, dan sekarang kan ini berarti ambisinya pasti menuju M7 dong ya dengan 2 personil baru. Seoptimis apa sih? Mungkin dari Riz dan juga POV dari...
How optimistic are you to make it to M7 with these two new players?
Bismillah bisa lah ke M7.
For me, yeah, hopefully we can make it to M7.
Seru ya, seru. Tapi siapa emang di RRQ HOSHI yang paling gak jelas? Dari tadi katanya gak jelas.
Who's the wackiest in RRQ?
Zunesh.
Rin says Zunesh.
Ya,
Oke.
For sure Zunesh. Zunesh is not denying it.
Ketawa sendiri atau kenapa tuh ya? Ada dunia sendiri.
Wal was asking why. Does he keep on laughing alone or what's going on?
Uber gitu kayak polos gitu orangnya, jadi lucu lah pokoknya.
He's just a funny guy.
Kira-kira mau kamu racunin apa nih Zunesh nih? Kayak masih polos, kayak masih bisa dikasih tahu berarti ya?
What advice will you have to give to Zunesh?
Kayak apa ya, kayak bisa apa ya, lebih masuk ke dia lah, kayak lucu-lucuan dia tuh kayak aku jadiin ini juga bahan ketawaan kita.
Berarti outgame-nya bonus.
I didn't really catch what he said there, but I think it's more of just like helping him grow and mature.
Ya bisa bilang gitu.
Oke. Tapi terakhir nih, ada yang mau disampaikan ke Zunesh nih mungkin untuk para kingdom di luar sana yang udah ngedukung RRQ HOSHI yang akhirnya bisa dapat
A message for Zunesh to the rest of the kingdom who's watching.
Buat kingdom yang udah dukung
For the kingdom
dan yang nobar di
Kakak Kupang,
RKK Kupang ya, terima
who's
kasih.
watching everywhere in RKK.
Semoga kita menang
Hopefully.
terus.
amin.
We keep on winning.
Makasih diktenya Rins ya, makasih ya. Zunesh makasih ya. Congratulations untuk kemenangannya. Semoga tetap konsisten dan bisa memberikan yang lebih baik lagi untuk next match-nya. Thank you.
DG, good luck for the next match. That's it for the interview.
Okay, that's RRQ Zunesh and also RRQ. It seems like the vibes in the gaming house is at I would
Pretty
say
good.
all-time high. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
it feels like it's lighter. Feels like they are on the same groove and shows from their results, right? Quite clean here in this match, and their connection, their coordination here, it has potential.
Definitely does. Let's take a look at the highlights here in the game again, and you can see that TLID did try their best to compete, to contest for a few of those neutral objectives, but it was just not happening for them. Rez constantly getting poked, obviously Rins as well, constantly getting poked. Frog armor, non-existent, and then the call to all in on Edog just for a purify. Very easily provoked TLID into a fight, and they took it. They got baited real hard. Everybody came in for the cleanup toy, getting a double kill, and yeah, everything came in and probably everything fitted into a win for RRQ. Everything went to plan. 0-4-11 POTG.
Yeah, presented by official tournament smartphones. Not only reflected from the KDA, but the fact that he was so not gun shy to just tsunami slam towards Sexburg all the time, knowing that they have enough resources and damage to get through the Firaga armor and also kill him at the same time. That's what makes him the MVP, especially in the early game, Mirko.
Yeah, we can get to see it again here. Despite the early damage from Aran, it's just the long-term damage for RRQ that's paying so much more dividends. TLID have the instant burst, they have the initial burst, but aside from that, not really that much. Maybe it would have been okay if Joe was able to get Turtle 1, or if Joe was able to farm up. But even then, it's tough. You're not really a farming hero on export. You need to just constantly fight and look for big team fights to turn things around. That was just not happening. Edok was also always targeting him down, so he was the first one in and out of the fight, getting clobbered by the rest of the team. Every time you lose Faraga armor, you're technically done as an X-Borg. That is your main strength, because you're always up there in front, flaming on. And if you don't have the Faraga armor, you can't do that. You're just way too squishy. No immortality buy as well, by the way, because he needed more tenacity. He needed more ways to deal with the CC instead of just respawning, getting more health bars that will ultimately amount to nothing. A few shutdowns here and there towards the end, but that was also in favor of RRQ because they constantly traded for kills with base turrets, with absolute advantages, unlike what TLID go for, which are just shutdowns, right? In a purely late game composition, it would maybe work, those big shutdowns, but unfortunately, again, they have an export, they have a Phobias, they have a composition that was kind of built for the early game, and then they scrapped up a late game with the last 2 picks.
Yeah, it's even worse with the fact that they can't really play through Kabuki in the early game and try to just pressure Toy out of his lane because they don't have the tool for it to do so. And that kind of forces Kabuki to be kind of like losing out on the trade even though he has the Zaman Force against an Irithel. And that makes it super hard for TLI